This is episode 13. On Cheers, I'm Chance, and we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot. Get ready. I'm Chance. This is Cheers. First thing I want to talk about today, fate. I used to think it was bullshit. I thought it was a scam set up by the government, just like Santa. Because y'all know what Santa really is? It's a way to get manufacturing companies, toy manufacturing companies. We thought they were benevolent. We thought they were innocent. Fuck that. It's a way to get them to make us buy double the amount of presents whenever Christmas comes around so that the kids think their parents as well as Santa came by with some presents. Because guess what? First off, no parent wants to come off as the deadbeat that didn't get their kids gifts when Santa did. And second, no parent wants to come off as the deadbeat that made the kids not believe in Santa. So it's a lose-lose situation for everyone but these toy manufacturing companies, which is bullshit. And that's exactly what I thought fate was. Until I started seeing some coincidences. And lately I've been testing it. That's how I'm going to start this episode off. Once again, this is Cheers and I'm Chance. Second, I've been taking the time to spread some generosity. Whenever I'm driving down the street in the hot autumn sun and I see some Jehovah's Witnesses walking from house to house spreading the word of the Lord, I give them a wave. Everyone tells me to fuck right off, but a little generosity goes a long way, guys. At the gas station today, there's this man, this black man that walked up to me in a pink polo shirt, and he asked for some change. I gave him some change. I don't know if he needed it, but I gave it to him. Because generosity goes a long way. And that man could have been Filipino. That man could have been Korean. That man could have been Swedish. I would have given them the change. Especially if they're wearing that fucking pink polo shirt. And that's what I did today. But the other days of this week, I started working at this moving company. And first off, I don't even know if it's a legit company. I didn't fill out an application. I showed up one day because me and my friends met these other people on the boardwalk of PB. Just kidding. PB doesn't have a boardwalk, the sidewalk. And we were about to smoke a blunt. We needed a lighter. And so we were asking the passerby, say, hey, you got a lighter? You got a lighter? And they said, no. Until this one kid named David Wick came up and he said, hey, I heard the bat signal. Or I saw the bat signal. That's what he said. That was like his first 4 words. I don't know if that was 4 words, but those were his first words to us. And he gave us a lighter with the stipulation that he could take a couple hits. And so he sits around, and at first we're not really talking, and then he asks us what we do. And I tell him I'm unemployed. And he asks me if I need a job. So I say yes. Yes, I need a job. And he invites me to come tomorrow at 7 a.m. to this moving company, and I show up. And I've been doing it ever since. I've been moving old people's furniture. The first thing I moved was this old Jewish lady's vibrator. I don't know. It smelled a little baked to me, but all the same, I moved it. I got paid to move it. That's what I do now. I am a mover. I'm a mover and a shaker. And it's one of the simplest jobs I've ever had. Because the entire, all of the responsibilities of the job are the name of the industry. Moving. My friends ask me, what do you move? Things. All types of things. Where do you move it? From place to place. All different types of places. But what is pivotal in that equation? The fact that I'm moving things. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm moving things. I'm a mover. Let's get this episode started. So guys, what's up guys? Alright guys, I'm Chance. Everyone has a podcast, so I guess it's my fucking turn. I got 3 fully loaded cabooses here. Let's get this bitch rolling. But yeah, $200,000 a year, right? We know where he's coming from. Go to the beach. Big booty Latino. Illustrating what's wrong in our society. Authentic handmade original chance split. I want humanity to stay on Earth. This is cheers. So, first off, I came in hot talking about fate. And a current event actually made me start talking about that. You know what that was? The explosion in Beirut. What country is that? Lebanon. And we're going to get this started off with another shot. So here's to you guys. Excuse me. Okay, so at least 137 dead and thousands injured after a massive explosion that rocked the bells of Beirut like LL Cool J. This has sent Lebanon into a state of panic, with hundreds missing and over 300,000 displaced from their homes, which means that Los Angeles, you can expect a new wave of street-walking transients very soon. They're coming. And this was estimated to have been caused by about 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, which was stored on a ship for over 6 years. Now, I'm going to talk about the current event before I get to the theme I really pull from it. And first off, what do I know for sure is going to happen? Since this explosion happened, a lot more people are going to require medical assistance in Lebanon and inside of Beirut. So they're going to go to hospitals. Naturally, that's where people go when they require medical assistance. They're going to show up to those hospitals in critical condition, and the hospitals will be filled. So guess what that means? The hospitals won't have the capacity to fill it up with COVID-19 patients, which means they're going to be street walking too, the COVID-19 patients, so they're going to spread it. That's what you do when you're in public. You spread things you got. Whether it be venereal diseases, whether it be cigarettes, or whether it be COVID, you spread that shit. But guess what? As of right now, America is still fucking number one. We are number one out here. USA, because we're always number one. Whether it be in incarceration rates, whether it be the rate of rapes, not the rate, but the overall number of rapes, we're number one, baby. The US, the highest amount of people in the country using pharmaceutical drugs, that's us. That's what we do in the US. The most obese people, that's us. That is us. You see this? That's what we represent. We're number one. Number one. And we're going to be number one for a while. First off, I don't know how long the US is going to last, but as long as we're around, we're going to be number one. And so I'm going to get off what this event directly correlates to, but what else does this mean? What else does this mean? You know what I think it means? I think it means that fate is real. Because say I was supposed to die that day. Say anyone was supposed to die that day, they would have. Because what I'm really trying to get at, it doesn't have anything to do with the explosion of Beirut, but what I'm saying is the people that were supposed to die that day, they died. They might have died from that explosion, because guess what the number was that died? I repeat, about 137, at least 137 had died from that explosion. And what I'm trying to say is if it's your time, it's time. You can't run from it, and sometimes it can work out in your favor too. Because as inevitable as death is, if it's not your time, you're not going anywhere. And I said it earlier in the podcast. What did I say? I said I've been testing it. What have I been testing? At night, when I'm feeling a little tingle under my fingers, I'll get behind the wheel of the car and I'll start driving. I'll start gassing, releasing the throttle, allowing more fuel to go into the combustion center, sending my car flying down the straightaway. And what have I been doing? I've been closing my eyes. I'll keep my hands on the steering wheel and I'll close my eyes. Close my eyes and count to 10. 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. All the way up to 10. And I let Jesus take the wheel. Because at some points in her life, that's all we could do. We could only buckle up, brace yourselves, and close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel. Because at that moment in time, if it is your time to go, you're going. If it's not, Jesus is going to guide you to, he's going to parallel park that bitch for you. He's going to parallel park you on PB. Downtown Los Angeles. He'll be able to pull that parallel park off. I'm not. But if Jesus takes the wheel and he wants you to be around, he's going to parallel park that shit. And the reason why I said I didn't completely, or at least I didn't used to completely believe in fate, is because I need to experience something in my life to truly believe it. Like platypuses, I've never seen one. Until this day, I don't believe in them. I believe in beavers. I've seen it. I believe in ducks. I've seen it. But a platypus might as well be a goddamn fucking myth. So I've been testing it. I've been testing fate just like I would test a platypus, but I don't know how to test platypuses, so I've been testing fate. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I test the limits. That's why we're taking another shot. That is why we're taking another shot, boys and girls. Boys and girls. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, this is you and me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, cheers. But me testing it behind the car wheel doesn't really prove anything. What's really made me believe in fate are certain predicaments I've gotten myself into in life that I didn't think I was going to get out of. Maybe at the time of, I didn't even realize I was in inevitable trouble, but I was. Senior year, when I was doing a lot of Xanax, I managed to somehow fail drama class. Who in the hell fails drama class? I do. What did we do? We were assigned a final. And what type of final are you assigned in a drama class? You have to remember the script. Because it's acting. Sounds pretty natural. And so we got 3 weeks to remember this script. But me and my group of 3 other seniors, not including myself, we decided, hey, fuck that. We want to impress our teacher. And how are we going to impress her any more in the realm of acting than if we don't remember the script and we pull it out of our ass on the spot? If we improvise, we're going to be seen as naturals. Anyone could fucking remember words on a goddamn piece of paper, but can anyone pull a full scene out of their ass? No. And it turns out my group couldn't either. And we couldn't even remember the fucking script. So guess what? I failed that class, and what class did I go to after? I went to choir. That's what I did my senior year. I sang. And I know I got pipes like Mary J. Blige, but I don't know how to sing in Latin. I don't know how to sing pirate songs. I don't know how to sing that. I know how to sing R&B. You give me some R. I'm singing some R. Remix to Ignition, which isn't even a remix at all, and it was released at the same time as Ignition. I'm singing that. I could sing that. But you ask me to sing something in Latin? What? When have you ever heard me speak Latin? I haven't. So pretty much, I'm doing good. I'm doing good in this choir class, but I'm failing in every other class because I just didn't show up to school. That is one of the simple prerequisites you are required to do in order to graduate. And I wasn't doing that. So I get it. They were playing a fair game with me, and I didn't read the rules. So I was about to not graduate on time with the rest of my friends, and that would have been horribly embarrassing. But what happened was, we're a month out from graduation. It's like May 17th, May 12th maybe. And it's the final performance of the year for beginning choir, which I was in. And I have no idea what any of the songs are. But me and my friend Joseph, we pack the auditorium. We hype it up. We tell the whole school, hey, come to this choir performance because guess what? We're about to blow the roof off the fucking building. because we're that good at singing. Of course we weren't. We didn't even know what we were singing, but we told people that. And so, a lot of the senior class showed up. The auditorium was packed. More packed than a choir concert has ever been before at Rancho Bernardo High School. That's where I went. I'm just telling you guys right now because I don't give a shit about their privacy. And so, yes, 400 people in that auditorium, packed. And me and Joseph, right after school, we go out and get some Xanax because we got to pregame. We got to get ready. We have to have the confidence for this performance. And so we do that. And then what happens after? It's raining. I remember that. And it's muddy out. There's dirt. There's wet dirt which turns into mud. And me and Joseph end up fighting. I don't know why. Someone called someone out. And friendlies ends up going down. And so what happens is I don't even remember who wins. But we show up covered in mud to this choir concert 5 minutes before we actually got on stage. And I walk into the back. And I am barred out. I have so much Xanax pulsing through my veins. I don't know what's going on. And so 4 other freshmen have to help me get my choir robe on. And of course, these freshmen are fucking idiots that don't even know the function of a robe. So one of them ends up tucking the backside into my pants. I don't know if they were trying to get a little fucking squeeze. I didn't feel that, but someone was definitely down my pants. And so I walk out on the stage like a idiot with the back. Just dropped my drink. But anyways, the backside of my robe was literally down my pants. And I walk out like that. These freshmen allowed me to walk out like that. And so we get into formation. We're on the bleachers. We're singing our hearts out. Everyone except me and Joseph. And the teacher's giving us the stink eye the entire time. She's like, And I'm like, oh. But I'm barred out. I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, having a good time. And then we get to the Latin songs. And the stink eye gets more intense. And I start quaking in my boots. And I look around, I look side to side. And I say, what's everyone else doing? Oh, the singing. We're in a choir concert. They're singing. I should be singing too. But guess what, Chance? We're singing in goddamn Latin. And I don't know how to speak Latin. That's cool. And so I ask, what would a rapper do in this situation? We're giving a performance. I'm trying to increase the amount of entertainment and the amount of audience retention. So what do rappers do in this situation? They make ad-libs. So I wait until the entire choir shuts up. They calm down. They shush up. And I give off my vocals. I start imitating gunfire. Like, I was not good at it, but like, I started doing that. And in front of the auditorium, the entire auditorium, my teacher stops the concert. She goes, stop. Everyone silences. And I silence with them because that's one of the most notable things, especially if you are on any benzo. And I shushed up and she said, Chance, come down here. And I look to the side. I look side to side like a fucking idiot as if someone else in the class was named Chance. I'm like, who's the idiot that got in trouble during a choir concert? There's fucking 400 people out there. I was that guy. And after about 10 seconds of waiting and really seeing what my options were, I slunk down because I was destroyed. I was under the influence. And I slanked down in front of the stage and she said, get the fuck off of my stage. And I said, okay. And I walk off and I'm standing there on the side of the concert as they finish up the last song. We were on the last song and I just had to do that to myself. We were on the last song. And right as soon as the last song finishes, my friend Joseph comes off the stage and he said, yo, bro, we gotta get you out of here. This is not straight. And so we go off and we smoke a couple of bleezies. Because that's what we did. We put on a performance and then we get high. Get him high. But I didn't think anything of it. The night of, I didn't think anything of it. And then I walk into class the next morning. A class I was about to fail, and then one of the security guards comes and takes me to the vice principal's office, and the vice principal says, "Chance, do you know I'm here?" And I honestly said, "No, I do not." And he said, "I have a video of your performance at the choir concert. It looks like you were high." And I said, "Do you have any proof of that?" He said, "No, but just by looks, and you were already on academic probation, so you're being AP transferred, which pretty much means expelled." So I was expelled to another school. Long story short, that school gave me a 3.9 and I graduated on time. I look back at it now, if I stayed at RB, I would not have graduated on time. And that's what I mean by fate. Things happen for a reason. Whether or not you're aware of them, they happen. And that's what I wanted to talk about today, guys. And that's it from me. Once again, as always, I am Chance, and this is Cheers. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. And guess what? I started this new job, the moving job, so episodes are going to be on Thursday. Thursday from now on. See you next week, guys. Take care of yourself.